Hey guys, so this video is just one step off of my previous video of how to prime an IV bag. So this time, or an IV line, this one is how to prime your secondary set, which is a similar process. So you might have a different kind of IV fluid that you need to run, and you can prime this line. So this is how your secondary IV line looks. You're going to have that same spike, a really similar rolling clamp, so remember you always want to roll that shut before you spike your bag so you don't lose all of your fluids, and a port down here which is also sterile. Now on some of them, this is an older one because it's left over from school, you might have to have a little addition to put on there. This one is a lever lock cannula just so that it attaches to your other line. Now ones that I have in my workplace just attach straight through and you don't need this extra little piece. So you can prime it just the way we did, but there's a chance that you're going to lose some medication, and we don't want that to happen. So another option that you can do is called back priming, and back priming is actually kind of neat, and the principle runs on gravity. So what you'll want to do, of course, is, first of all, like I said before, close that clamp. We're going to spike this bag again. Well, not again, but we're going to spike it for the first time. So this one you can see easily. This one is for the pharmacy, this one is for you. So we're going to pull that out, spike the bag. Get some fluid in there, although it's really not necessary. Now the most common secondary sets that I run anyway, maybe most nurses, but for me anyway, it's antibiotics. So you want to make sure that all of that medication gets into your patient. So what we're going to do, so most secondary sets come with this little hook. So what we want to do is that we're going to hang this IV on the same height where our other IV is hanging, right now anyway. And then we're going to take this little hook and hang our primary, the big IV, from that so that it's lower than your secondary. So when you're priming this and when you're running it, you want your, let me just show you. So now we're ready to back prime, and for this we are going to need that little clamp. So take that out of the packaging and we're going to put that right on here, and this is kind of old-fashioned, you may not need to do this. So your secondary set comes with this little hook. So what we're going to do when we're priming it is first you want to make sure that your port is nice and clean, so you clean that off with alcohol. And now we're just connecting just like that. Alright, so you can't just run this because it's full of air, so we need to back prime. So you can see that bag right there, it's up higher. You see my secondary bag, right now it's down lower. So what we're going to do, with gravity helping us, is just roll open that clamp and you will see fluid from my primary bag going up the tubing into my secondary. This way we don't lose one drop of medication. See the bubbles? So right now I have fluid from my primary bag coming into my secondary bag. Close the clamp. Now my secondary bag is completely primed and we didn't lose any medication. So since this runs on gravity, just for the purposes of this video, what we're going to do is take that hook. Our secondary bag now needs to be higher than our primary. So we're going to take off our fancy hair clip and put our secondary bag up high. We'll take that little hook and put it on our primary bag, and theoretically this is hanging from the same place, so now our primary is a little bit lower than our secondary, and the primary will be down here, your secondary is up here. Your secondary bag can now infuse and will continue to infuse until it's empty, and then your primary bag will take over, at which point you can change their positions. So I hope that made everything a little bit more clear about how to prime a secondary bag, about how to back prime a secondary bag, how to hook it up, and why you would do that in general. If you have questions, please just ask me. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Good luck in your nursing adventures.